on the firing line over their newly enriched pension plan. A change to politicians' pay ended up adding significantly to retirement benefits as well. That change was meant to be temporary, pending a public review. Now there will be no review, and NB taxpayers are wondering why. Bev Harrison is a longtime MLA and represents Hampton Kings. He joins me now from the legislature. Mr. Harrison, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, good to be here.
You have many years of long service as an MLA in the House. Let's just start with how beneficial this change is for your pension situation.
Well, it certainly will alter it, but the intention of the whole process was to review pay and make it much more transparent. And in doing so, it had to be independent. And the best choice at the time was our commissioner, Judge Ryan, to do this. And he took a long time to do it. It's very thorough. He even went into the parameters of every province in Canada. He had interviews with people in New Brunswick. He did a very, very thorough process. But in order for him to spend that kind of time and do this, the first question was, am I going to be given a free hand, and will people accept what I do? And the answer was yes.
Well, except that it appears MLAs did not accept everything he recommended, because while you were willing to make the changes to salary that led to the benefits improvement for retirement, you didn't follow through on the recommendation that there be an immediate and urgent review of the pension plan. And that's why many people are asking the question now, why isn't that review happening now?
I think it's been a short period of time since this whole process started. He certainly didn't put a parameter in the report. It was vague to the degree that it had to happen, should happen at some future time. And it's up to the administration of the legislature itself, which is called the Legislative Administration Committee, to make this decision to proceed to recommend to government to initiate the whole process.
But 2 years is a long time, you will agree, Mr. Harrison, and it's clear now that there is no appetite among MLAs for this review.
Oh, I wouldn't say there's no appetite for the review. I don't know where that expression really came from initially, but certainly we are prepared to support every part of that report. All recommendations were agreed to, including that one, and we would be prepared at any time to support the initiation of a committee to deal with that whole issue.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to say there doesn't appear to be anything to support, because there is no move right now to strike this committee to review MLA's pensions. And Justice Ryan was very clear in his report 2 years ago that this was necessary, and necessary as a matter of, if not urgency, as a matter of priority.
I don't know how you classify priorities in terms of all the issues that come either before LAC or before the Assembly itself. But we still have that opportunity. LAC will be meeting this week, in fact, and very likely that will be an issue.
Without being facetious about this, I guess what I'm getting at is that MLAs felt it enough of a priority to move quickly on the melding of their salaries, so there would be a residual benefit in pension plans for MLAs who have served more than 2 terms, but they don't seem to think it's a huge priority to strike this committee. Now, I know there's talk of establishing a committee 1 or 2 legislative assembly, or 1 or 2 governments away. That could be 7 or 8 years, Mr. Harrison.
Oh, that's for a review of the whole salary process. That was, again, part of his recommendation, and that it would continue after every election thereafter. But in terms of the immediacy of reviewing the pension plan, that could happen any time. As soon as that committee wants to move forward, we will be supporting it.
Or it may not happen at all.
I would suggest
you have to accept that's a reasonable possibility too.
It's a very remote one in our view, because should we be in office, we will be making sure it happens.
All right, Mr. Harrison, good talking to you. Thank you for your time today.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we have to take a quick break.